you can see the white in there, and all of that goes right in your lungs unless you wear one of these.
I'm a large man. I take large poos, right? And then also, I don't like to use too much toilet paper these days, you know.
What are you listening to?
Did you get on there? Ooh, this one was not as happy as the other one. All right, back from the store. We had to go get a adapter because apparently he broke all of them. Shimmy. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get in here, starting on the interior. We've got a lot of rust work to do. Lots of rust just hidden in and away places. Gaskets, these will all have to be removed to take a look down beneath, see it's all hidden underneath here. Floorboards actually look really good. They look chewy, but most of this is surface rust here, so we'll reform that, get that all scraped out and put back together. This interior actually looks pretty great. Just a few cracks on the dash pad there, nothing that bad. The other side, we got a little bit of rust there towards the edge. Nothing really outstanding. I'll have to take the seat belts out here. Hopefully I can find my Torx, be able to get those out. We'll have to take off this backing pad here that goes the whole way around. There's bound to be some rust hidden up beneath there. That's not bad. That can probably be done. Oh, I'm optimistic. 2 days. Not bad. The part that I am worried about is this. So the headliner that they had put in here definitely got waterlogged, probably some mice growing up in there, you know. They lived wonderful lives and deposited all sorts of things up there that causes corrosion. And well, it kind of just, you can see it here, just kind of sat in there and caused some havoc. Most of this is surface, but if you start looking a little too deep, you can start to see, yeah, we got holes. Goes right outside. So what we need to do is scrape all this off here. We'll start with the roof first. Scrape all this down, see what we've actually got for solid substance underneath there. I did bring the welder with me, so if they're just little pock marks, little holes, we'll just go ahead and button those up real quick. Not exactly the best method to do because most likely all of this here has, you know, there's a little bit of wastage, but it doesn't take much. This is pretty thin metal as it is, so at least we'll button it up for a temporary measure if we have to get under. The hardest part's going to be they put these cross members here to help keep the roof, you know, supported and everything like that. So it's not like my old Toyota that just, you know, popped down and I had to literally Mario punch it back up. The problem is that there's a gasket in here, but you can see in here there's definitely, you know, rust and everything. So for a permanent solution, it's going to have to, you know, go to a shop probably and get done the right way. The track rails are a little bit chewy too, but I'm not seeing any holes to the outside there, so that's super solid. All right, well, let's get to it. See what we got. All right, there you go. I hate to do this to a Milwaukee drill.
They're built tough, so
I know.
Fine.
And can you see all the, I don't know if you can see all of the particulates in the air.
That's fine.
But that's exactly...
This is fine. Do you want me to open up the garage door? Get some draft in here eventually? Or?
Yeah.
Get some light in here.
Oh,
there's another pinhole over here.
Oh, we need to make a bet right now for the camera. How many pinholes are we going to find? I'm going to bet 26.
26, I'd say 5.
26.
26? Alright, let the record show. Oh shoot, there's another one!
That's what I'm saying. Underneath this, I guarantee you, we're going to find
that.
We're going to find some.
Lookily, lookily.
Oh, there's 2 more. We both severely lost.
Dang gun, that's holier than thou.
Yeah.
Those are not sparkles, people. Those are holes. Brother just got done scrubbing the inside liner off, and yeah, those aren't shiny little stars you're seeing. It looks pretty, but no, those are holes.
As Rihanna once said, shine bright like a diamond. I don't think that's quite what she meant.
I don't think that's what she meant, Misha. I don't think she's a car person, but I don't think this is what she meant either.
You remember those old videos and like Rescuers Down Under where they showed like the city lights from above and it looks something like this? Well, it's not. That's the roof of the truck. Really, we look at the forward quarter, a little bit above the driver, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, enough to be obnoxious. Probably in about a, kind of hard to see all of them. You can see those little glimmers there. Above the passenger side, not too many. There's 2 up forward up here, and then maybe spackled about 10 or so. This one though is just, it's gone. We're gonna have to replace that entirely. However, the passenger, or the driver's side rear, nothing. That must have been the tarp side. So, all right, we'll reassess from the bottom. Okay, so roof's a little bit of a problem. There's a bit more than 26, and it's so bad I don't even want to count. We're gonna say closer to probably like 50. Good news, the passenger side front and the driver's side rear are actually okay. There's not too much hitting in those at all. Maybe 5 up in this one, like 1 back there. The majority is on the alternate diagonal here. So we're gonna let a professional deal with that one. And the reason I say that is because, number one, either we have to find a donor skin for the roof here, or a professional shop needs to fabricate new pieces for it and just inlay them where they see fit. And I do not have the ability or time to do that. On top of that, I was mentioning before up in the rails here on these support bars, there's rust up there too, so they're probably going to have to pull the skin of the roof off and either refab one or find a donor in order to do it. So what I'm going to do is kind of finish buttoning up that a little bit more, kind of maybe do a little bit of rust neutralization on there, you know, something to at least keep it from getting any worse. See what they can salvage and what they think. After that, I'm going to get the trim out from around here, take off the mirrors, and kind of start pulling stuff down, get some of this trim out of here, save what we can of the good stuff. So we're going to start saving on the, oh, guess who's home? We're going to start saving on some of the floor, making sure we don't have any holes. I know we have one hole right below me here, just a little one, so we're going to goober weld that one up, flap disc her flat, paint it, all the things. So we'll get to that one. And by the way, in case you're wondering why you want to wear a respirator when you're doing all this crap, whether it's removing rat poop or taking off the scaling of any rust or whatever else, that headliner, whatever fabric or whatever not that was made out of. Here's my respirator just after doing that little job. You can see the white in there, and all of that goes right in your lungs unless you wear one of these. As much as COVID has made me absolutely hate wearing respirators for the rest of my life, they're very important. Wear your PPE. Stay alive. Also, regardless if you're wearing a respirator, your boogers are still going to come out nasty. Ew! Just goes to show you how much actually goes through the respirator too, or around the respirator. It's pretty gross. All right, next order of business. We've got to get all this trim off to see what we've really got working behind here. Trim likes to hide a lot of stuff. So these panels here, there's plastic panels. These are kind of like foam or rubberized. I'm not quite sure. Maybe there's rubber, little padding bars and everything like that. So we're going to take those out, strip those out, get each seat belt out of here. Let's get this thing down to square one. Okay, let's go. Now, some of these are going to be very difficult because they are very rusted. This metal trim tab here has all these screws and they are exceedingly rusted, which doesn't bode well for what's going to be underneath there. But for now, let's try to get these pads off. These actually look to be in pretty good condition, actually. First off, you can't use a Phillips screwdriver to get a bolt out. You know, it needs a ratchet drive. I'll forget that's there. Alright, let's get some PB Blaster in there because I've got a bad feeling about this. While we're at it, put some of these. We're just gonna get everything up. No harm, right? Right? Sure. Cool. Do love the smell of some PB Blaster though. Let's see how we do here. Feels okay. Okay. Well, maybe we are gonna be friends. I mean, it's looking like more of a possibility every day. Well, there it goes. Oh. See, it's just like a molded, maybe it's foam in there? I don't think so. I think it's just a rubberized, which is actually still fairly soft. Well, we're definitely going to try to save that. Looks to be in great shape, just needs a little surface cleanup in the back. Okay, let's get the rest of them off. I'm also noticing now it's clean back here, which is great news. All right, let's keep at it. Ooh. That one didn't sound very good. That should just come right off. Oh, good. A little bit more rust on this one. Not bad. Everything's still good. And a little chewy in there. I'm just seeing now up here where it has these seams. Up there, that one looks a little might chewy, and it could just because of all the water that collected and drained down, had to find a spot, and that may have been where it was dripping, which is why this side's a little bit more pronounced with rust. So it's a possibility. Gonna try to relax a little bit. By the way, my 26 pinhole numbers was off by a magnitude of about 2. Nope, It's bad. Oh well, that's what professional body shop guys are for. Originally, we were just thinking there was going to be 1 or 2 up there, and then we would take the MIG welder, just kind of booger weld, do some flap disc in, get it all nice and, you know, looking okay. Too many. There's not a whole lot of metal in there. I mean, it's gone. So we got to try to find a donor replacement or get a custom one done. It's a bummer. The rest of this looks really good. You're going to see when we get to the floor. Looks pretty good. I'm excited to actually start working on that. I think there's 1 pinhole over here. There might be 1 in here. We can dig that up real easy. Oh, hiding a little rust back there. Let's see, she got a little bit back there. Not bad. We can save it. Excellent. While I'm here in this nice, comfortable position, I'm gonna go ahead and get this piece off. Try to get this piece off. Oh. Well, that one came right out. Was not expecting that. Okay. Man, these are the longest screws. There we go. It's off. Just rubber. Actually, that one's in great shape. No rust in or anything. As I'm putting pressure on my back on this trim, it's crunchy. You guys saw during the vacuuming what this did here. Very flaky, it's just eaten apart. Same goes with this plastic, it's so brittle. It's just, you touch it and it cracks. I've never been a huge fan of this plastic kind of tub trim that goes around these. Number 1, it rattles. It gets like this and it'll just sit there and rattle away, and if it chips or anything like that, it's just 10 times as worse. So we'll see what we want to do about it, but for sure I'll put these rubber rails back up in there, but I might leave the panels off. I know they've got to sell reproduction ones, right? But we'll see. The trim in here is actually going to get changed, so it's tan, black, and the chrome yellow. And I love the chrome yellow. It's definitely what drew me to this truck originally. But the tan, I don't know. There's no tan on the dash anywhere besides like the dash pad proper, and it doesn't really go with it, I think. So if anything, I'd switch these to black to kind of match all the accents that go around everywhere and everything else. If it was black, we've got the Ranger XLT badge with red with the Ranger XLT. Might have some like red stitching if I really got classy with it. I doubt it. Don't worry about that. It's not that fancy yet. She'll grow on me eventually, and I guarantee you when I'm older, I'll want to do something silly like that. Don't let my wife know. Those seats are expensive. Actually, I should mention that while I'm doing this. My wife is the most supportive person possible of making sure I've got hobbies and things to do outside of work. I work a very, very busy job, as some of you have seen on my other channel. I know some of you are cross-subscribed, and I haven't released a video in probably a year now. My normal job is extremely hard to get away from right now. It makes a mind-blowingly good income, but the problem with that is I have to do a lot of work, and my work hours per week are somewhere around probably 70 right now. But it's all going to be very much worth it, and it'll allow me to keep paying for doing things like this. So she's extremely supportive, and I'll tell you what, there's nothing more better than someone who's got your back, wanting to support you with your physical health, mental health, being who you are, and standing by you in the tough times. And lucky to have her. All right, enough semantics. Semantics? Emotionals. Semantics. Something along those lines. This one, actually a little better condition than the other one. What I'm loving to see right now, there's just some rust staining. There's not even any proper rust on any of these. It's great news. Let's hope the rest of it's like that. Let's get the seatbelt covers off, seatbelt straps out, then we'll move to the tub surround. Did you get on there? Ooh, this one was not as happy as the other one. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, spaghetti-o. That was scary, guys. Not gonna even lie. Had to use a lot of force on that. Kind of makes me worry about what's gonna be underneath this now. It actually does not look that bad. Because she was just in there really well. Alright, let's get some torque spits, get those seatbelts off. This is probably not going to be long enough to get the leverage I need. Why don't I go get a bigger one? Well, what y'all don't see is the crazy mess that Mr. Swede Machine himself has for a toolbox. Now he's going to see this in post and go and look at this and everything like that, but you know what, we're just going to tattle on him right now. Clean your toolbox, sir. It is terrible.
Well, I mean, it's, you can shut the bottom drawers.
All right, back from the store. We had to go get a adapter because apparently he broke all of them. And these little puppies are kind of really dumb expensive, even for cheap ones. So, got a new one. Let's hope we can actually get it out. There we go. Alright. She broke free, but that was not a happy break free. I'm going to tell you that right now. Oh, there we go. This one is significantly easier to move. So that's good. Still kind of working through them a little bit. There we go. Alright, that one's good. Get some. Uh-oh. Oh, no, she's fine. So you know what we're gonna do, right? This thing starts to come out. And we're just gonna grab it because if it's hot, that means we should touch it. Woo! Actually wasn't too bad. Well, actually looks good. No shearing, cross-threading, stripping, nothing like that. However, if you can, always put a new one in anyway. That's what I always say for these things. If they've been, you know, the threads are all still look like they're fine and everything, I can chase them up if I have to, but safety is one of those things that, I mean, this truck doesn't have much safety, right? I always recommend, if you're taking these out just like in the Trans Am, go get new ones. There's very little safety devices in these old vehicles, right? Doesn't even have airbags, nothing. It's a metal box. I mean, the column, if it hits you right, didn't have a certain connector piece in there. Just shove right through your chest like they used to and stuff. Like, there's not a whole lot. And your seatbelt's really about all you got, strapping you into your seat and hoping on. So spend the extra $5, $10, however much, you know, they cost different amounts. Just go get new ones. When you put them back in, you'll save yourself a little bit of help. Even this one, a little bit of the rust got on, and you can see it's actually necked down a little bit, even just from sitting there swelling with the rust over time. So get new ones. Am I going to? Yeah. All right, that one was the easy one, and that took quite a bit to get it out. Oh boy. I'd lie if I say I'm not worried about this one. I'm very worried. It's moving now, but we're gonna have to put it back and forth for a while, because we're gonna need to get that BB blaster down in there for a hot minute. That one is hot. The other one was easy. This, whoo, yeah, whoo, yep, there you go. Stay right in there. Perfect. Yep, about the same condition. Just that one was in there a whole heck of a lot harder. All right, rear one's off. Now we gotta get the side boxes and these pillars. So this has some kind of a rivet down here. I hope that's not like holding it on, but you know, probably. Looks like there's a little like some kind of a door here. I might be able to take the seat belt out, but we might have to drill through this or something. I don't know if it's on the other side. I can't see it or feel it. I don't think so. So, you know, this'll it'll be fine. Let me get something to pop that open. There we go. Pops open from the top. Okay, so I can get to the bolting mechanism, the Torx. So that one here. They really wanted to make you work for it when taking these things out, if you ever had to, I'll tell you that. Not easy. I don't even think I can get any lube in there because these things are just tight. Which means we go back to plan A. All right. Let's see what happens. Oh, very easy. Well, not very, but I mean. No, that actually is very easy. Okay. Oh, well, that's refreshing. Oh. I should get an extension, but I'm not going to. You know, 'cause I'm lazy. Now, are these any different? Oh, they are. Okay, good to know. So the two back bolts have the little taper at the top. The side bolt, in comparison, or the bottom strap for the front seat belts is not. It's just a straight thread. Good to know. Alright, just lift up. Oh, okay, so the electronics goes to there, which is what, your warning, you forgot your seatbelt. Alright, wow. Okay. Now, oh, it does have a little one on each side, so let's see if we can disconnect a little electrical plug in here. There we go. Oh, still has one wire on it somewhere. Oh. Let's see, let's take it out. Let me go get a screwdriver. Alright, so couldn't find a screwdriver, but clean your toolbox, sir. It is terrible. That little hole here is what holds this little bit into there for future reference. And then to get this out, just take the old standard electrical connection here. There we go. And she's free. All right. In my line of work, I also deal with these safety devices known as seat belts. But one thing to know is that these do take UV degradation. So if you do not have tempered windows or tempered glass, or UV, any kind of polarized glass, not tempered, polarized glass, and you've got a lot of UV on here, these will take damage over time. See how long it's been sitting there, and it's got a permanent wear mark here. It's not going to provide the same amount of elasticity, breaking strength, everything like that. Like, you can kind of fold it and feel the fibers breaking inside. So we'll get new ones of these too, just to be safe. Top one is just like those rear ones. It's got the little thread or the little taper up here. All right, now to get these off. I only lubed these up once, but hit them again. I never have good luck with some of these, so let's see what happens.
man, I take large poos, right? And then also, I don't like to use too much toilet paper these days, you know?
What are you listening to? I mean, I get it, physics, what the man is saying, but you know what? Everyone has their own podcast, their own people they watch on YouTube or radio show. I get that. That's cool, but this is the thing I have to sort through when dealing with other people's content. I just, okay, well, to each their own, I guess. Anyways, back to the subject at hand.
All right. I've spared you all the eternal agony of the last hour of my life. Well, you can see. You don't know if there's any truth to that whole thing with like rust makes steel like hardened, or if that's just some weird Cadillac old wives' tale. I don't know. Anyway, those things were really hard to get off. They fought all the way to the end. This board's ready to come back, haven't looked behind it yet. If the rest of it's like this, probably gonna be happy with the back, although the base might be a little bit screwy, but let's go ahead and find out. Why don't we? Whew, that's still hot. Okay. And come down. No. Oh. All right. The big reveal. Oh yeah, that's still hot too. Move that backboard. Woo! What do we got? Ooh. Ooh. Not as good as I was hoping. Oof. Okay, well, let's get you in there so you can take a look. Okay, getting in here to the corner, you can kind of see it's a little chewy that whole way down the rail. Gonna have to get the wire wheel in here to see what I've actually got left in here. I'm hopeful, but you know, I'm a realist, so let's see what we get. Tell that's just panicking or if that's hitting. Well, up. It looks like there's a screw right here, but there's no screw. Weird. Of course, it's always the last one. It's always the last one. Now, good news is only one to drill out. It's a lot better than I was anticipating. These are just self-tappers anyway. Self-tappers. right there. She wanted to come out. Just didn't have the head on there. Cool. Oh, she bad. This whole back panel needs to get replaced. Oh. But what we can do for now,
Bondo?
I don't know, because it's gone underneath the it's gone underneath
like
this
piece.
You can see
well type.
Yeah, you can see where it's raised up.
Gosh dang it all!
So she'll have to go to a proper shop one day.
She's a summertime rig.
Yeah.
Wait till we go.
I'm glad you had this because I was going to go buy one and I was like, oh, he's got one. Probably spare, but yeah, basically I'm just going to get this kind of cleaned up for now.
For sure.
Just at least to paralyze the rust, you know? Okay, everyone. We've gotten a lot of the rust removal done. Obviously, it's not all gone, you know. Here on the passenger side door, I've still got plenty here, and it's still drawing out the phosphoric acid here. So I have the fan sitting down top bit. But for the rest of it, not too bad. Most of it dried out. Some of it, you know, could use for a second bit. Some of it's a little still wet here, so I'll have to play with that a little bit. For the most part, cleaned up. That back bottom rail is actually taking pretty well to it, and we're just going to leave that layer on there for now until it comes time to fully paint it. Then we'll just kind of wipe it down a little bit and take some of that off so we can paint it. They recommend like a 50-50 or 50-50 water solution before you paint type stuff, because it does leave a film on it and it's harder for the paint to attract to it, so it'll chip and flake off later if you don't. But overall, the cab is much better than before. So able to get pretty much all the spots here, and then even up above, we had all that cleaned up. And we're gonna do the thing that I swore never to do ever to any of my vehicles. This is a temporary solution, and in my line of work, temporary usually means permanent, which is why I'm afraid of doing this. We're gonna Bondo the roof. This is a temporary measure. Go ahead, clock my words. To basically get all of this, all these holes that you can see in here, to try to get all these little sparklies out, just to get it to be waterproof. We'll do the Bondo. I already kind of cleaned off the roof here, so it'll adhere better. But we'll go ahead and Bondo the roof. We're gonna leave everything down here below. We're not gonna Bondo that or anything because the rain will drip down, not, you know, across it or anything like that if that's the case. So that'll be fine. This rail here we're gonna leave like that. That's a pretty easy fix for later to do, so we definitely want to come back to that one. We don't want to fill it over or anything like that. One reason why I am allowing to redo the roof here, or do it in Bondo, is because we are going to redo it eventually. This will all have to get skinned off and get a new one on there. I gotta find a donor top for it and everything and have the body shop go and do it, but pretty much everything else is ready. We're just gonna Bondo all those holes, sand them down smooth enough, go up from the top, make sure that we've got full penetration for that Bondo, and then sand it down a little bit up there. I've got some paint we can throw on top of that. One of the reasons why we have to do the skin off too is because up in here there's a little bit of a gasket that basically sits between here so it wouldn't rattle all the time, right? So you can kind of see it there. A little bit of a gasket. So all of that has rust in between there and everything. You can kind of see we were able to get some of it in there, but not all of it for sure. So we've definitely slowed the rust significantly on this project. It's not perfect, but it'll have to do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and Bondo this roof up, and I'll let you know how it goes. See you on the other side. All right, got the Bondo up. Word of warning that I didn't put to you guys before. When you put Bondo on, get it as thin as possible, because just like sheetrock, the more plaster, the more compound you use, if you want to get it flush or looking nice or anything like that, the more you're going to need to sand. So I got this one nice and thin early on. This one had the most holes. I was kind of thick on it, and honestly, I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm not going to try to get it down very thin or anything like that. It had so many holes in it, I guarantee the more pop up. So we're going to leave that like it is right now. That side didn't actually have that many holes, 1 or 2 here and there. And then the driver's side had just a few here, but I'm trying to blanket it across in case it does get more holes and everything like that, that it will help provide a little bit more structural rigidity to those fills. Like you can see in this one here, how many I have just in that little area. And the bevel is on this side, not on the top side. So realistically, gravity's working against it, even though it's got good bonds and everything like that. Having a little bit more around it's going to help support it. And I mean, it'll take plenty of, flexing, vibration, anything like that. It's not to worry about. Bondo's pretty crazy that way. So how we know that we got it all, you can see up here, it came all the way through, and that's why I was trying to push this really hard and make sure that it got all the way through. So you can kind of see it there down the other side as well. So hopefully we've got it all through. We'll do a light test tonight, make sure that we've got it all, and we're all done with sanding. We just need to clean and time for priming. Well, no, we got to put up the plastic first on all the windows and everything. The windows I do care to keep a little bit clean, plus we want to keep this dash, at least the fascia, clean. The topper or the dash pad's going to get replaced eventually. For a little insight here, it was a tritone interior, right? So it was black, the chrome yellow, and then the tan. I can't remember what they call it, camel tan, maybe that's a Pontiac thing. But anyway, it's tan. So what we're going to end up doing is switching out all the tan accents, which is black accents. So it's just going to be bumblebee, orange and black on the inside. If there's anything we can make white, that kind of be nice to give a little accent, to help match the exterior here with the Wimbledon white, which I think would look pretty neat. So we'll figure that out. Unfortunately, white gets very dirty, so you can't do carpets or anything like that, and they don't sell white inserts or anything like that, but we'll figure it out. But all right, let's get to prepping this thing. All right, she's cleaned out, kind of taped up all the window stuff and the dash a little bit, so that way I don't have to worry about scraping all that paint off later. All right.
Let's remove the unique selling point. Yeah. The unique selling point was garbage.
See you all on the other side. All right, everyone. Unfortunately, I am out of time. Bed actually came, or the floor pan actually came out pretty nice. Got that all primered up here. It's all nicely sealed in. Looking down here, got all of our rust that had been converted and inhibited, covered up here. And we're underneath here as well that I could get to. And around, you can tell exactly where I ran out of paint, right about there. A couple runs in there and stuff too, because it was right at the end of the can. And then some running here on the back, but that's okay, because that's all going to be hidden and sanded down eventually and all made to look nice. But for now, I got all up in there in the headboard pieces, whatever you want to call it, structural material. Got all this done as well, so really, we're good for now. The rust is arrested, taken care of. It's not going to get any worse, and we're going to call it quits there. I have to head back to California because I got a job to do on Monday. So it's been a nice week. It's been great hanging out with Mr. Swede Machine himself. Thank him for working on my truck and getting that all taken care of. And hopefully next time I'll see you, we'll put, sand this down a little bit, put some color on it, make it really pop. But for now, this is where she is. Peace.
For you. So now it's recording. Now see, when you're recording, it doesn't show it charging. But it will hold.
Right, that's all I needed.
Yeah, because if you
Either we've got to find a donor. No. Okay. Eat. Thank you, Mr. Mitch. Torques. Where did he go? Forgot. Gotta get this one first. Alright, still recording. Whew, let's pause this one for just a second. Recording. Yep. Okay. Right. I forgot the whole thing I came here for. Come on.
fellas, here.
Is it recording right now?
Yeah, you're live.
Oh, good. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, I can see the timers going. Okay, and I can see the battery on the front too and everything. Okay.
It's hey, careful now. That's vintage.
Yeah.
It's got asbestos and lead in it, baby. That's how it lasted for so long.
Gotta look and see what you. Oh, this like riveted it in. Oh, thanks, guys.
Oh, you did. Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll pause this one.